Okay, question 1.2. There are 536 slugs in the garden and 4 hedgehogs. If one hedgehog can eat 4 slugs per hour, how many slugs will there be after 22 hours? Okay, now this is a wordy question. There's no, other than a few figures, it's not immediately apparent there's algebra in this, but what that question represents is essentially an equation. Okay, now we need to translate that into algebra. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. So I've basically told you that there are, all right, the number of slugs. Oh, why isn't that working? Hang on. The number of slugs at time equals 0. So to begin with, let's call that slugs 0, S0. And then the number slugs at time t, so that's just any arbitrary t is equal to the slugs. I'm going to use subscript t for that one. Okay. Of course, I've got the number of hedgehogs. And I'm going to call that h for hedgehog. Okay. And I've also been told the rate at which hedgehog eats slugs per hour. So let's call that rate slugs per hour. And let's call that R. Okay. Right. So let's put all of that into an equation. So I've told you that there were 530 slugs in the garden. To begin with, 536. Okay. And I want to know how many is going to be left after a time of 22 hours. I've also told you that there are 4 hedgehogs in the garden. And I've told you that one hedgehog can eat 4 slugs. 4 slugs per hour. Okay, so I am trying to find this value after a time of 22 hours. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to solve for S, and that is going to be equal to the number of slugs I've got to start, right? Minus by, so that's S0, minus by the number of hedgehogs, okay, multiplied by the rate at which they eat the slugs, multiplied by the time. Okay, actually I've done a bad job of that. I should have written this to begin with, and then we'll put the numbers in. So this is the expression you're working with. So let's just go through this again, right? The number of slugs after time t is equal to the number of slugs we've got to begin with, minus the number of hedgehogs there are, multiplied by the rate at which they eat the slugs, multiplied by the time that they that I'm looking for, which is 22 in this case. Okay. So let's plug all that in. So slugs after 22 hours is equal to 536 minus the number of hedgehogs, which is 4, multiplied by the rate at which they're being eaten, which is 4 slugs per hour, multiplied by the total amount of time, which is 22 hours. Okay. S22 is equal to 536. Do this on your calculator. That comes out as 352, which is equal to 184. Okay. So this was the tricky bit, really. So after 22 hours, there are 184 slugs left. Now I could have asked you how many slugs had the hedgehogs eaten in that time, which simply would have been S0 minus S22. Okay, I'll let you work that one out. Okay, that's that question.